Plot: Invincible Season 4 sees Mark, also known as Invincible, Steven Yeun, depressed as he continues to be a hero. The trouble starts when the Sequids, an alien race and hive mind species that have continuously attacked Earth, strike again. In order to stop the invasion permanently, Mark kills the leader host and the human it was controlling. It marks the first time Mark has killed someone voluntarily, and Cecil, some of the other heroes, and even Mark himself start to question his morality. After that, more alien invasions and crazy monsters continue to push Mark to his breaking point. While dealing with all these things, Mark is worried about Eve and her powers starting to act up, as well as Oliver, who is continuing to mature as a hero. He doesn't have time to process, however, as Nolan, also known as Omni-Man, J.K. Simmons, and Alan the Alien, Seth Rogen, return to Earth to recruit him, Oliver, Max Burkholder, and Tech Jacket, Zoe Deutsch, to join the coalition of planets, led by Thetis, also known as the Great Betrayer, Peter Cullen, a former Viltrumite, in their war against the Viltrum Empire. During the conflict, Mark kills Conquest Jeffrey Dean Morgan, thanks in part to Cecil for keeping him alive, but suffers devastating injuries in the process, sidelining him, Nolan, and Oliver for 2 months. Mark and his family eventually rejoin the war, just as the Coalition is on the verge of being overrun on their home planet, helping drive the Viltrumites off-world. The team then travels to the Viltrumite homeworld, where Mark, Nolan, and Thaddeus destroy planet Viltrum itself, enraging Grand Regent Thrag, Lee Pace, who kills Thetis in revenge. After defeating Mark and Nolan, Thrag unexpectedly spares their lives and retreats with the remaining Viltrumites, allowing the heroes to escape. When Mark realizes the Viltrumites have withdrawn to head for Earth, he and Nolan are forced to leave a severely injured Oliver behind as they race home to confront them. Once they arrive and find the Viltrumites seemingly absent, Mark begins dealing with the PTSD of war, while Nolan continues trying to make amends with Debbie. Climax: the season ends on a tense and ominous note as Thrag reveals himself to Mark and delivers an ultimatum: allow the Viltrumites to stay on Earth or watch them destroy it. Atmosphere: Invincible Season 4 takes on a more serious tone as Mark Grayson contemplates his role in the world and the universe and the immense power he wields. As Mark, also known as Invincible, Steven Yeun faces increasing global threats such as the Thraxans, demons from hell and his father's people, the Viltrumites, among other dangers. He wrestles with how his strength should be used. Should he kill his enemies for the greater good? And does he even have the right to make that choice? Characters. Mark continues to grow stronger, and his actions and sliding morality weigh heavily on his conscience. After killing the leader of the Sequids and the human, it was controlling to finally neutralize their threat for good. Other heroes, Cecil and even Mark himself, begin to seriously worry about his temperament. Over the course of the season, Mark must learn to trust himself and believe that what he is doing is correct, something he ultimately does not fully accomplish. Nolan comes to grips with fully betraying the Viltrumite Empire, but has difficulty facing the fear and anger he evokes in Debbie and Art back on Earth. His time alone with Oliver while Mark heals slowly starts to bring him around, but the season ends with Cecil still staunchly hating him and Debbie still angry, but willing to at least speak with him. Comic adaptation. Invincible does a very good job adapting the source material comics to television. Although there are some characters and plot lines that come straight from the comic book panels, the writers also do a strong job updating storylines, introducing Tech Jacket as a young woman instead of a young man, adding new storylines that further push a character's narrative like Mark's trip to hell, and providing backstory for established characters. The Viltrumite flashbacks do that particularly well for Nolan Thrag and Thetis. Breakout star. Invincible has a big ensemble cast, and although he does not appear until episode 6, Thrag proves why he is fit to rule these savage alien warriors. The show gives us some backstory on Thrag, which helps explain why he believes in the rule of absolute strength so strongly. While some fans doubted him at first, an episode later, everyone was sufficiently afraid of Thrag. As a threat, he feels unstoppable. He gets inside Mark's head, and when he calmly forces Mark to accept the Viltrumites on Earth, both Mark and the audience realize there is nothing to do but accept it. Sequel, Season 5 of Invincible, has been announced for a 2027 release on Amazon Prime Video. Robert Kirkman, the creator of the comic and head writer, has said he plans to have at least 9 seasons of Invincible, so there is much more of the series to come. Overall, Invincible Season 4 gets an overall score of 9. Follow us at Espada Magazine and turn on notifications for more reviews, news, content in gaming, cinema, streamers, and music.